Hi, I'm Selena, the self-care alchemist with Salyana Essentials, which is a wellness company that helps busy professionals eliminate overwhelm using three powerful self-care strategies and natural remedies so that they're able to reduce stress, boost their productivity, and live a life that they love on purpose. Every year in the US, 696,000 people leave up out of here due to heart disease. Every year, 606,000 people leave up out of here due to cancer. And every year in the US, 140,000 people leave up out of here due to stroke. These are all chronic conditions, and the one thing that they have in common is stress. If you're watching this video, I want to know, why are you letting those people stress you out? Why are you letting them folks stress you out? Why are you letting that job stress you out? And this is the time. This is your time to make a change. You have a decision to make. I have worked in corporate environments for over 25 years. I've worked in different industries. I've worked at different levels of management. And at the height of my career, I found myself burnt out, stressed out, and on the verge of being one of those statistics. I was working 60-hour work weeks. I was taking lunch long enough to drive to the local fast food restaurant and drive back and sit at my desk and continue to eat. 15-minute breaks, those were unheard of. For me, what it was I would walk to the restroom and come on back. That was the break for me. When I wasn't working at home, I was taking work home. And I was a single mom. And I really didn't cook. We were leading a very fast paced life in the sense of wake up in the morning, get dressed. Our routine was to go to the local fast food for breakfast. I dropped my daughter off at school. She'd have lunch at school, pick her up. We'd stop at the local fast food. Or if I was feeling frisky, I would go to the local restaurant, sit down restaurant, and we'd have a meal. But for me, cooking at home was few and far between. Getting sleep, that was few and far between. And you couple this with the fact of I was getting in no type of exercise, nothing. If you count walking from the car, whether it be from my house to my car or to the office from my car and back and forth, that was my exercise. The other thing is, in the span of 6 years, I lost 8 loved ones. So I was grieving, I was stressed out, I was burnt out, I was overwhelmed because I was dealing with them folks and they were stressing me out beyond belief. All of that caught up with me one day when I walked into the office one morning. I remember it like it was yesterday. I woke up, had been feeling a little off. I was somewhat tired, and I could feel like a little feeling in my chest, but I didn't really pay much attention. I'm like, I just finished working 16 hours the day before, so of course I'm gonna be tired. So I get to work, I turn the lights on. It's a little after 8 o'clock in the morning, so nobody was there. And I had my bag. I went into my office and I put it down. I took off my coat, hung it up, and I walked over to the break area and I put on a pot of coffee. And as I started making my way back from that break area to my office, I started to feel kind of winded, like, starting to be a little bit challenging to breathe, but I didn't pay it any mind. People came in maybe within 10 minutes or so. And I was greeting my team as I saw different team members come by my office door. And the day got started. So I had my first meeting. As I was coming out of the meeting, I started to feel tightness in my chest. Tightness. So much so it became like a sharp pain. And that pain, whew, it was starting to go from my chest all the way up to my throat. And it was like I couldn't breathe. But I just kind of brushed it off like it'll be okay. I just need to get back, go sit back down and maybe get some water. And as I'm making my way to my office, I started to feel like lightheaded and dizzy. As I was attempting to sit down in my chair, I had to grab onto the table. It was like I was getting ready to miss the chair. And that shortness of breath, that tightness in my chest, that pain, it got worse. So much so I could see my life starting to flash before my eyes, and I'm thinking like, what is going on? And I had a coworker that was coming into my office and she saw what was going on and she instantly said, Selena, you going to the hospital. I'm taking you right now. She grabbed the keys, she grabbed my purse, she grabbed my coat, and she rushed me up out of there. And she's driving fast, getting me to the ER. And when we arrived, she explained that I was having this pain in my chest because by the end I could barely say anything. The thoughts in my mind, I was scared. I was scared out of my mind, and I could only think of my daughter. Like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die because literally 2 weeks before, my daughter's father had died, passed from a heart attack. He had a heart attack. And those are my thoughts as the nurse came to me and she's asking me questions, and I'm here, but I'm not here. My thoughts are, make this pain stop. Am I dying? Am I leaving up out of here? What is going on? And she asked me these dumb questions. And so finally, they took me back to a room. They were acting like it was just really casual. There was no sense of urgency. She took my blood, she took my blood pressure, and then they took me to another area where they did some x rays. And maybe about 30 minutes later, the nurse came to me and she said, the doctor will be in the room shortly. The doctor came in the room. I'm still feeling crazy. I'm feeling crazy. I felt like I'm having a heart attack. And they're talking to me and they're just acting like nothing is happening. The doctor comes in and he says that I have walking pneumonia. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, what is that? And he said, I'm going to prescribe you a Z-Pack. And at the time, I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what it was. And I later found out, if I just have to really simplify it, it's just a boost of different nutrients to help get your body back on track. And so I'm at the hospital and the doctor is delivering this news and he's saying it. I'm still feeling the way that I'm feeling. And by then my daughter's comes into the room and she's crying. And there's absolutely nothing I can do because I feel exhausted. So later I was released and My daughter drove me home. I get home, I get in the bed, and essentially that was a very long road to recover. I and couldn't just get up and work and do the things that I had done. I was so happy to have my friends and family around me to support me in that instance. And from there, I promise you, I vowed that when I got better, I would commit to making changes, several changes in my life. And I did. It started with me. I was watching YouTube videos because I wanted to understand what the was walking pneumonia and what is the immune system, because at the time I had no clue. That turned into me getting books about health and different aspects of wellness, which turned into me taking classes. I took master classes. And one day I was watching a YouTube video and I came across an herbalist, a popular herbalist, and that made me look up herbalism. And then I searched for at the time, white pages were popular. And so I just typed in local herbalist in my area and I found one that was 5 minutes from where I worked. And I reached out to him. And long story short, I ordered products, got to his office, and it just seemed like we were best friends, like I had known him forever. And just his passion for helping people, his passion for his products, his passion for life, and in hearing his story. And he eventually became my friend. He became someone that I looked up to, someone that provided me with guidance in terms of herbalism. And here I stand years later, practicing an aspect of herbalism. And I am here. I'm here because I've had experiences and I got that wake up call the hard way. And I'm here to help. So again, if you're seeing this message, it's because you're getting that call. You're getting that call knowing that it's time for a change. It's time to move beyond being stressed up out because you don't have to be. So I'm here. I'm Salyana, the self-care alchemist. You want help making that change? You have questions, anything, stress, wellness, reach out to me. I'm here to help.